What's up, guys? Welcome to the official release of my public server. Now, this is a public PvE server with a lot of really cool features, and before you slap down into the description and look for the IP, slap it in your Minecraft and sign on, bear with me because let's look at some of the features and the things you need to know before you come on. So this server is pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of reading. We don't like that because nobody likes to read. So you got a couple different ways. You got one direction here, one direction here. When you step on these, it'll let you know what you can do. So the purple wool will take you to the portals where you can immediately go if you want to go to the portal room and start heading towards some open areas. So, and the portal room will also take you directly to the item shop, which is great. Or you can go to certain villages, kind of points on the map to start building. Now, these portals anyone can make. You just need to put the name of the portal on the top, and this unique number is unique to the color and will link with another portal of that same color. If you try to use the number that's already been used, it'll just let you know and you gotta pick another one. So that's probably not good. Not supposed to do that. So, very cool. So once you go through, and that's popped off, that's no problem. That portal is inactive anyways. So there's a couple really cool features that make this server unique to other ones. We have griefing protection, you know, we have protection for all that kind of stuff. You can set signs and chest protection, stuff like that. But that's not the stuff you're interested. The stuff that you're interested right now is the unique features. So now there are very cool dungeons, which you can follow the yellow to get to. A couple unique ones. And I'm going to wait before I kind of get into the whole dungeon thing to talk with the owner of Nixium, aka the server sponsor and host, and I'll wait to speak with them and kind of give you an information about the dungeons. But as you can see here, these dungeons are very cool, and yeah, you'll be able to explore those and get some loot and stuff, and take on difficult dungeons when you join the server. Now. First thing I'm going to do is tell you about, so you could see on my right I have I have a certain amount of money, and you could follow the portals to go to through the red one here. These eventually may be custom player shops later that may be available. Certain players are donators, maybe we'll have that. But for now, if you just keep following it and come down here, this is down here is where you'll find the casino. So the casino is very cool. We have just some cool things to look at in here. And there used to be a butler over here, which is, I don't know where he went to. But if you come over here, this is the actual casino area. So you've got, you know, the $1,000 a pull one. You've got the $500 a pull. You get the $100 a pull, $20 a pull. Now, I seem to not have any money, so I'm going to pull the $1 chest. So basically, it'll take that $1. Oh, apparently it says I have $1, but I don't know if I do. But if you take money, every time you open, you have better chance of different loots. And you can slap open those chests, and yeah, every time you open it, there's different loot, and there's a very cool system that works with that, with plugin that works with that. So this is the casino area. Now we'll head back to the spawn. Now that we're at the spawn again, we can head the green way. This will just let you leave. This is basically another way out if you don't want to go to the admin shop, and you can just start exploring by following the green. However, I recommend you definitely check out the admin shop because you can buy and sell to make money to be used at the casino and all kinds of other things by selling your items here. So we're going to go to the portal room here, and then I'll show you the admin shop, which is probably one of the most beautiful features. So we're going to go through. Bung! And as I said, it's very cool that you can make your own portals there. For your house to even travel up to a different level, to a new, you know, another house you have. There's also jobs. You can do /jobs, and there's tons of different jobs you can browse to gain money. And so the jobs that you can learn are woodcutter, miner, digger, farmer. MCMMO is enabled on the server, and things that you would normally do anyways, like woodcutting, mining, and stuff like that. You can actually make money by doing that to earn to spend in the store. Now we also have an online website, which will be in the description below, where you can purchase in-game money if you want to. That just helps support the server. It's 100% optional and not even required, and it's not a pay-to-win thing because you can make tons of money in-game very easily. But if you want to, you can. But as you see, we have all different levels. This has got some rare items. You can go all the way up, and we've got levels for all sorts of different items. And yeah, you can see the buy and sell prices. So you can cut down a lot of logs. You can make money doing that as the woodcutting class, and then you can come and sell them and make even more money than you can spend at the casino. Casino is really cool because in the $100 to $500 chests, you know, the really high tier chests, you can actually earn things like horse spawning eggs and armor, which is very cool. And, you know, certain rare things like that, like, you know, you can spawn in your own horse with an egg and then armor them up. And so yeah, it's very cool. There's a lot of things to see and do on the server. So what I'll do before we switch over to oops, just got a glitch there. I couldn't move. Before we switch over to the I guess that was a bit of a lag spike. I'm not sure what happened there. Before we switch over to the commentary with Chmunks, the owner of Nixium, to kind of give you guys a little bit more information on the what's it called? There's chests all over the place. There's chests in the dungeons and stuff. But he'll give you a little bit more information on the whole dungeon system. And yeah, so we're gonna fly over here, and I'm gonna show you that this is basically right near the admin shop, which is beautiful, might I add. You can see that, you know, there's tons of buildings here, and these are all player-made buildings. There's even player-made towns, and you know, you make a good enough town. Some of those player-made towns have actual portals in the portal room from spawn. So this is all, you know, in beta testing, so we have had access to some people to sign on. But as you can see, people have been having fun on here already and building their houses and stuff like that. Now you can protect your chests, you can protect your furnaces and all that if you want to as well. So the IP will be in the description, but before you get on the server, you're gonna definitely want to hear about this dungeon information from Chmunks. What's up, guys? I'm here with Chmunks, who is the owner. You're the whole sole owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
The owner of Nixium, and Nixium's server network, and they're the ones sponsoring this and basically running this whole thing. So definitely check them out. But Chmunks is gonna tell me, because I wanted to get some more accurate information about the dungeons. Correct? On the server. So dungeons, basically, what? Where are we going with the dungeons? Like, what makes them unique, basically? And we can start heading to this one as well.
Sure. Yeah. Let's follow the yellow wool down the path here and head through our builder Mullah and Bloodfall's lovely reconstruction of our new spawn.
So nice. Yeah. So the dungeons, basically, it's like a PvE server, and then you're gonna be able to go to these dungeons to get loot, right? But what's like unique about, like, why would somebody want to go do a dungeon if, you know, they can just grab like diamonds and chests and mining and stuff?
Well, it's just kind of a new remix and retake on the whole Minecraft dungeons, which are getting kind of tired. Like, you find chests and things, and they have random loot,
right?
And you can edit and destroy and all that. This is kind of a read-only dungeon. You can kind of come in here and basically every day there's new random loot inside of each of the chests.
Really cool. And there's also unique loot, right, as well. There's unique drops that you can't get. Oh, that's so cool, the spiders and the bats when you come in. Really
yeah, those are a bit OP.
Yeah.
You might have to turn
those
down
it's not meant to be easy. It's not
at all.
It's gonna be like, this is like when people say, like, you know, games nowadays aren't hard. This basically holds true to that. This is not something you can easily conquer. You need to be geared up and stuff, right?
Yeah, we're really trying to break the whole PV or player versus environment is for sissies, right?
Yeah, right, of course. So this is Ironforge. This is the first dungeon, and so tell me, we also have unique enchantments as well that can drop on these unique items, right? So when you get to the end of this dungeon, like, what are some kind of things that you know, some enchantments that you can get that are different than stock vanilla Minecraft?
There's that sword I was showing you earlier. If you right click with it, it has this thing, I think it's called repulsion.
Right.
And you can, if you're getting ganked by like 10, 15 mobs, you can shove all of those mobs away.
Like using the force, kind of.
Yeah, force push.
That's very cool. So you can force push the mobs, and you can see, like, everything spawns creepers, skeletons. Do we have any items we can pull up, or should we TP to the loot tables to kind of take a look at that now that we've looked at this? You know, this is a beautiful, of course, dungeon. They're even beautiful in vanilla texture pack, and it's very overwhelming. But yeah, very nice.
Like a lot of people have built this. This was actually built in part by Block Fortress.
Oh, yeah,
and another person named just_Jeff94.
Cool.
There's a lot of people in here. One of my other staff, the stuntman, also worked on it too.
So why don't we TP to the loot tables or whatever, and we can take a look at all of those and show people. Oh, I can't fly in here.
Yeah, no, that's another thing is even if you have fly, you can't fly in dungeons. Which
because it's kind of is it that a donator privilege or?
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you have donated for flying in a dungeon is a little bit OP because then you could just kind of fly away from mobs that are going to try and kick your butt.
So that's very cool. So even if you're a donator and you have the ability to fly, because you can get that right, you can in here, and you gotta kind of you're still stuck to do it legit. You know, there's no pay to win here. So,
yeah, exactly. Like you can fly and it'll help you build in places like in the sky and stuff, and it'll help you avoid fall damage and stuff, but. At the end of the day, this is not a PvP server, so that doesn't really benefit you. So,
okay, so what I'm going to do here is just cut the recording. We're going to meet you guys back when we're at the loot tables, and we'll kind of show you what goes into creating the unique items in the dungeons. All right, guys. So this is what is this, man? This is loot tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the loot tables pull from these tables here, which are all like, are they randomly generated, or is there a specific pattern to this, or?
Well, we've actually set up pre-selected random loot, if you follow me.
Right, so it's a cycle, of course.
Yeah, exactly. They all each set of items has a predetermined percentage to drop, and basically what you see in these chests back here is what is likely to drop in the table right now. But we can actually edit this anytime. We can add more.
So if we find something overpowered or not good enough, we can just go to these current tables, and kind of the actual tables will copy from these ones, so we can just edit them right here in this loot table room, which is a really cool feature. Cool.
And we're pretty ruthless with our loot.
Yeah.
Like we won't give you like supply chests until you're halfway into the dungeons.
Right. Okay. So yeah, and also what's really cool is I'm showing and you I just clicked on this and got a cookie. I looted a chest here, and I received money from looting it as well as experience, which is very cool as well.
Yeah. Right here is the sample. So this is where we can pull the sample chest to see how often things will drop and how often you'll get nothing.
Okay, cool. And now I've got the Sword of the Dwarven King. So this is pretty like is it really an end game item, or is it really like just an item that can drop in the first dungeon?
Well, the Dwarven King items are actually a set.
Okay.
There's certain ones that are really OP, but then they have a very, very slim chance of dropping. They're usually in the King stash chest.
Okay, very cool. So now can we? I've got the custom enchantments on this: the sharpness, the lifesteal, and the repulse, which is a custom enchantment. Can we spawn a couple mobs and we can show people like why this would be so cool? We're gonna show people the force.
Yeah, sure. Are you in creative?
Yeah.
Because if you are, they might not aggro to you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's no problem. I just wanted to show people. So I'll go boom. Whack them, and you see they go flying back, which is really, really cool. I'm just gonna
that's
finish
awesome.
them all off. And there's a cooldown as well, so it's not super OP. I don't have to, I can't always slap them. So there's custom enchantments and stuff, guys. So that's really cool. But yeah, like basically, the server description will be below. Feel free to hop on. If there's more info, you can ask the mods and stuff like that about protecting your items and stuff. And also be sure to check out the Nixium website, which will be below, as well as the website where you can purchase any in-game items, or in-game cash if you want to. And yeah, thanks, Chmonks, dude. And also, just quickly before we cut this up,
thanks for coming out.
I just wanted to make sure, is this all the credit for the people? Because all the loot tables were done by these guys, Mercenary and Just Jeff and Bella Skinner. So I really appreciate those guys working hard. And we also have more dungeons in development, right, as well? We're developing.
Oh, yeah, we've already got another one coming out. I think it's called Ruxamar, and I believe I actually got the name right today.
Sweet.
And then there's a few other ones that are on their way, too, with very different gameplay aspects.
Very cool. So guys, on top of the fact that we already have a very cool polished dungeon, there's going to be more dungeons that we can release, like, you know, maybe a month down the road or something. So there's always going to be updates to the server to give you lots of things to keep doing. So come on and play. I'll be on here. I'll be actually playing on the server as well. And in the future, we may even do a Pimp My Minecraft edition of your home on this server. So get cracking, get going, and we can't wait to see you on here. And thanks for watching, of course. All right. Bye-bye.